Broadcasting to viewers in Liberia and across the globe. Hello and a warm welcome to News Today on Kmtv. My name is Anthony Kukui. Stories making headlines tonight. Liberia Business Registry launches new website to improve the business climate in the country. Glahope Foundation sends 30 females to China for fashion design training. And away from Liberia, an attack which killed more than 44 migrants at a detention center outside the Libyan capital could constitute a war crime, a UN official has said. We begin at the Liberia Business Registry, where the Liberia Business Registry has developed and launched a new website in the move to improve the business climate of the country. The website development, according to LBR General, that's Registrar General, comes in the wake of numerous challenges commercial business owners are facing in the country. Something D said, decent action, that's the decent online asset, will help ease the difficulties experienced by businesses in the country.
Since we talk about, there have been a series of challenges, and in fact the last rating that came up from the World Bank doing business ranking, they ranked us. In fact, we were taking 18 days to register business in Liberia, which is highly unfriendly when it comes to the business sector. So on the basis of that, the president of Liberia set up this doing business working group that we are member of, and we're charged with a similar responsibility to turn the picture around, to improve the business climate and ensure that we attract investors from every part of the world. So on the basis of that mandate, we started working, and today that is why we have called you to launch this online application, especially a state-of-the-art website. And it will interest you to know that this is the very first time that the FBI will be launching an online application platform. So I think this is a very good news for the country. If we had these platforms available, somebody will not, come from Qatar, come to Liberia, you have to go to the hotel and the rest of it. It pictures the country very bad, especially on the economic side. So not satisfied with what was happening, we decided to take on this major challenge to ensuring that we turn the picture around and improve our picture, on the global scene with respect to doing business. So this platform that will be launched, will give our people a lot of benefits, ranging from easy online access, easy registration. It will also reduce the time it takes to register your business. It will give you the businesses the opportunity to even search for existing businesses.
Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of Millennium Challenge Account in Liberia has expressed the need for sustainable plans and publicity for the full implementation of the project. According to Morning Captain, publicizing and creating educative avenues will help make the platform a reality.
The International Finance Corporation, the World Bank, has a ranking of countries and rating in terms of the ease of doing business. And having such an online registration will improve Liberia's ranking in the ease of doing business indicator. Also, with the Millennium Challenge Corporation, we have a scorecard that countries have to pass, and that scorecard has as one of its key indicators what we call business startup. How easy is it to start up a business? And one of the first things you have to do in starting a business is to register it. So, and I should say that in last year, Liberia ranking was 90%, and this year is 62%. So we believe that with this achievement, we should see ourselves moving up again. It also brings a lot of transparency, because you online, you fill out a form, you submit it, you don't have to talk to this person who will carry you to that person, take you to the other person, and along the way, there are all kind of transaction costs that you face. My advice and to the Liberian Business Registry is to ensure that there is sustainability attached to this project. So I hope that part of this project, there is a financial plan that backs it and that can sustain it over the years and take it into the future. I think there also needs to be an important and strategic communication plan attached to this that will educate people. Because you can have...
Well, making an official launching statement on behalf of the government of Liberia was Deputy Minister of Information, Bwaka Fofanan, who highlighted the significance of the website. He spoke after officials of government, including Deputy LRA Commissioner General Degodiki Saki and Deputy Commerce Minister Wilfred Bangura made these remarks. But we seem to be finding some technical problem there. 30 Liberian girls on today departed the country to be trained in women fraction, specifically at the Future and Natural Hair Designs in China. The program initiated by the Claho Foundation is part of empowering women and girls to be productive in the job market. According to the Executive Director, Rosemary James, the Chief Financial Officer of the foundation, the 30 females are to be trained in the Chinese by a Chinese company that will return to establish its hair factories in Liberia upon the exercise.
Now today here we are, 30 girls are with us, and this is the epitome of girls empowerment and women empowerment here in Liberia by our First Lady, the mother of the nation, Her Excellency Mrs. Clara Marie Weah. This is a phenomenal experience for these girls. This is a one-of-a-kind project, first of its kind here in Liberia, and we are so happy to see our 30 girls off, to be empowered, to be educated. I want to encourage the girls who are going to China, do not take this lightly. We have spoken to you over and over throughout the whole process. And we want for you to carry yourself accordingly. Be your best self in another person's country. You're going there to train and develop so you could come back and be the trainer of trainers of other girls who are here to give them the same experience and opportunity, right? So you are encouraged to be your best self. You're encouraged to be safe. You're encouraged to represent your country well. You're encouraged to just represent your First Lady. Consider this an opportunity that you would have never had, right?
The essence of the empowerment is to ensure the girls will be trained and be able to work for their own money when the company shall be established in Liberia. A hair company, the first lady spoke with sometime September 2018, is coming in Liberia to construct a factory. That factory will help to produce women hair products in the country, and these 30 girls will be the trainer of trainers. They are going for hands-on training, intensive hands-on training in China. So when they get back, they shall work with the factory and also help to train the other young girls who did not make it to the last 30.
Meanwhile, beneficiaries of the Claho Foundation have expressed gratitude to the foundation and the Chinese company for such initiative. According to them, the move is a positive transformation that will better their lives and the country at large.
On behalf of the 30 girls of the Claho Foundation, we are excited out here. We want to appreciate God, we want to appreciate our First Lady, we want to appreciate also her staff for taking this great job, bringing us out here, bringing us through this long journey that today we are successful in the group that we are going to China. We are very, very excited, as you can hear from my voice. I mean, it's a very long journey, but we are excited that, we're in the mix of these girls, and then we are going to be transiting to China. We want to say thank you to our First Lady, thank you to the staff, thank you to the Republic of Liberia. We are representing Liberia, as you can see me already out here. Yeah, we are representing Liberia. And we promised you, Liberian people, that we are going to be focused, we're going to do our best, and we're going to come out with a very successful story.
Although it wasn't easy from the onset of this program, I must tell you, it was very competitive. Looking at 300 girls, getting 30 out of the 300 wasn't easy. It takes a person to prove yourself. So I can say all of the girls that are going today, we deserve it. We fought for it, and yet we got it today. And to our aunt here, Aunt Mary James, we want to assure you, each and every Liberian here, that we are going with a mindset to learn. We are not going to bluff or like people are saying, because we are rapping and what you're going for, not just the reason, but we are going to achieve what our mother sent us to do. And we can say that we will make Liberia proud, we will make our parents proud, and we're going to get the best of what we are sent to do.
And I want to promise everyone, the Liberian people, that we are going to China for whatever that we are going to do. We're going to do our best. Now that we are being chosen, we are being selected, we are going there, be focused and do everything and make everything possible to come back with whatever we are going there.
If you just joined, you watching News Today, half an hour news presentation that brings you up to date with unfoldings in Liberia. We still have a lot more developments coming up for you. It's now time I will take our break. We'll return after the break. We'll bring you more developments. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining. The much anticipated passage of the domestic violence bill yesterday suffered another setback at
Religions gave you chance to look at your wife phone, to go extra mile ask, and your wife also have that same right. And then also on offense, they also violating. So how can you look at it when on our religion law or customary law, they gave me chance to do what is being considered here today as an offense? So those are issues I want us to look at.
For us to make emotional and psychological abuse as subject matter, noting that they are also relative, you put the law to a complete subjective perspective. I would think, just for the matter of us amending that portion, we could use the issue of verbal as the subject matter, and in parentheses state that verbal abuse could lead to or may lead to emotional or psychological abuse, instead of using those words separately as abuse matters. Because if you did that, you make it so subjective. Somebody must be able to show that they are emotionally abused. It also requires doctor's effort. So anything that is emotional could be not emotional to somebody else. So let's be careful not to use them as subject matter, but let us include them under the issue of verbal abuse. That is the amendment I want us to take into consideration.
But I will move, if I can continue second. Now, because we received a copy of this version today, we've been given some time to read, and that this bill, this committee can finally report after reading on Tuesday of next week for final debate and passage on this bill, if I can continue second.
Well, in reaction, Gender, Children and Social Protection Minister Wilhelmina Piso-Sedita expressed high level of disappointment but expressed hope for the passage of the legislative instrument. Her statement was flanked by House Committee Chair on Judiciary, Representative Funati Kofa.
Of course I am disappointed. I'm very disappointed, but at the same time, I'm happy that we still have a chance to come and have this conversation again on Thursday. So we look forward to Thursday, and we're prayerful that on Thursday we'll be able to come out of this with a Domestic Violence Act. I think the lawmakers in their own wisdom will see it fit to pass this bill on Thursday, so I want to have good faith here and see what happens on Thursday. But of course, we all as Liberians need to be in this fight, because this particular bill resonates with everybody and it will benefit everybody.
How important is it for the country?
It is very important. We sign on to protocols and international treaties, and this will be something that will be helping us ensure the international community that we are sticking to our guns.
I think the issue was that some of them wanted to look at it. And it was a few lawmakers who wanted to have a look at the things that they call the non-physical aspect of the bill, emotional abuse and those kind of things. And so they wanted the opportunity to look at it. We strengthened those provisions in the bill, and I think when they have the opportunity to look at it again, they will be able to realize that indeed it is strong. So we anticipate that this is legislative politics. I think majority of the members want the bill, but they wanted in deference to their colleagues who wanted the opportunity to go over it again, to take a second look at it and bring it back on Thursday. Today was a victory because Thursday is the day we're going to pass it. We take into consideration, of course, the Constitution. We have to read it as being internally consistent, right? You have law, you have constitutional provisions against cruel and inhumane treatment, right? So no custom or practice can survive that falls in stark contrast with that constitutional provision. So that's what we're trying to harmonize.
Ahead of the July 8 Montserrado County senatorial by-election, candidates in the race continue to outline reasons for which they should be elected. Speaking at one of the debates organized at the YMCA Monrovia, independent candidate Mandela Cooper said job creation, provision of quality education, and affordable health care will be her major priorities if elected.
The first thing I want to do is to focus on job creation. Job creation, job creation, job creation. How to get investment dollars into Montserrado. Because without money, we cannot do anything. Number two, I want to focus on revitalizing, revamping the government school system. We have 17 districts across Montserrado. I want to see to it that there is a decent government school that our children can go to. I know many of you who are young, you may or may not have your family, have a family of your own, many your own children. So maybe education for children is not something you're focusing on. Maybe you're focusing on your own education right now. But I want to see to it that there is a decent government school, which in other cases we call it a public school, in each of the 17 districts. Number three, the third thing I want to focus on is to see to it that every district in Montserrado County has a healthcare center. Government alone cannot be the only employer in our country. Most businesses in Liberia are hurting. They're being overtaxed. They're being asked for too much out of their business profit. So that is why they cannot even afford to hire a decent amount of our young people who got the talents, the know-how, and or the education to execute a piece of job. I want to see today that we identify one healthcare center in each district. We make sure we connect with our healthcare partners across the world, across the globe. Because you see, the world today is a universal village. And if you're not part of the universal system, you will be left behind. And that is why I push education. Because I don't want to just educate our children for Liberia. I want them to be a universal citizen so that we can expand those who are able to go outside to advocate for Liberia.
Well, for his part, Veterate for Liberia's Transformation Party candidate Mohamed Dukle emphasized that reconciliation will be his first priority if elected to the Senate.
So we have a platform that is START, right, or acronym, right, given the fact that when you give us your trust to serve you, we'll work with other well-meaning lawmakers to gradually clean up the mess that is in the House of Senate. And REC, the first letter of that acronym is reconciliation. It is good to talk about the investments coming in, talking to investors, but under no condition any investor will want to come in a country when the country itself is not reconciled. There is no way an investor will bring money in a country when there is no sense of security and safety for that investor and the money itself. So the first thing on my agenda is reconciliation. Because when we are reconciled, we begin to appreciate each other, we love each other, we respect each other, then we'll work with each other. And that then will lead to a very conducive environment, not only for us, but also it will guarantee a sense of security for those who will come into our country to invest. Unlike in the past where we had the luxury of exporting logs, iron ore, diamond, and other things, mineral resources, we no longer do. So then we have an economy that is typed by economists, input-driven economy. Then you only depend on investors to come, to bring their money, invest in the country, establish companies, factories, where we get jobs, and then we can earn our living to feed our family and do other things.
And away from Liberia, an attack which killed more than 44 migrants at a detention center outside the Libyan capital could constitute war crime, a UN official said. At least 130 people were injured in an attack which the Libyan government blamed on an aircraft by forces loyal to warlord General Khalifa. Most of the dead are believed to be sub-Saharan Africans who were attempting to reach Europe from Libya. Thousands of migrants are being held in government-run detention centers in Libya. Well, on that foreign note, that's how we go home on today's edition of KMTV News Today. But before we go, a recap of our headlines. Liberia Business Registry launches new website to improve the business climate of the country. Clark Hope Foundation sends 30 females to be trained in fashion designs, particularly here in China. And away from Liberia, an aircraft which killed more than 44 migrants at a detention center outside the Libyan capital could constitute a war crime, or UN officials has said. We say many thanks to you for always joining our news broadcast. On behalf of the entire team here, my name is Anthony Kugwe. Good night.